It's Erica from the south side of the Chi, and I just completed the 2020 census. If you're not counted in, you'll be counted out. And I don't know about you, baby, but I want to be in, not out. What are you waiting for? Take the census. Go to 2020census.gov. What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome to Nightcap with Erica. It's a Sunday night and we got a juicy show for you all. I know I usually do my most provocative stuff on Saturday nights. Last night was an amazing show, but tonight is the night where we're going to really get into some stuff that I think y'all are interested in. The title of tonight's show is Oral Pleasure. And with that comes more than just doing nasty stuff, all you little naughty people. It has to also do with the health of your oralness. Is oralness a word? I don't know. So oral health, then also oral sex. And in addition to that, oral communication. All three of those put together can make a very happy, fulfilled, amazing sex life. But we got to take care of ourselves. And I find that a lot of people, including myself, sometimes feel really shy about talking about all of those things: oral health, oral sex, and oral communication. Sometimes communication is the one people really have a hard time getting into. So we're going to have a good time tonight. I hope y'all have y'all questions ready. As you know, I got banned from Facebook because I had a girl, Auntie Angel, on the show last week teaching the art of fellatio. And she was so damn good at it, they tore me down off the internet. But so we won't be really displaying it tonight. We're going to just talk about it a little later with Sex by Ashley. So today I have two amazing Black dentists on the show that are going to give us the real deal about oral health and how it affects our sexuality, as well as talking about cosmetic dentistry and things that we can do to make ourselves look better and feel better so we can go out there and catch us one. Because I'm telling you, funky breath and fucked up teeth will make it so that it's hard for you to get some, right? Then we're going to talk to Sex by Ashley. She's a blowjob coach. Did you know you need a coach in order to do a blowjob? I was just watching the documentary on the Bulls, and I was like, wow, Phil Jackson was such an integral part, of course, of Michael Jordan's success and the Bulls. And for them to have that dynasty and be champions for all those years, they had to have a coach. So if you want to be a champion and dick sucking, you need a coach. So I got you one tonight. Then I also have Damona Hoffman, who is a dating and relationships coach. And she's going to talk to us about oral communication because that's really important. So I hope y'all ready to have a good time. Where are your drinks? Put in the comments. Let me know what you're drinking. As you know, I'm drinking Creative Click cocktails. Woo! This is a young Black woman on the South Side. You order your drinks through her IG. She will mix it up for you and deliver it to your house. Now, that's the kind of oral communication that I like. I don't really drink that much. But when I do, I need a little girly, cute little cocktail. And I'm ghetto, so yes, I'm drinking it out of the bag it comes in. Technically, I should be pouring this into a nice little glass, but we're not doing that tonight. Before I get started and bring on the doctors, I want to tell you all a couple things. The first thing is, just like Oprah, I started a book club. But my book club will not have all the New York Times bestsellers and all the, more academically pleasing books. I'm going to be featuring more so urban books, some of the juicy, sexy stuff you see. I'm sure the men in jail read them. I don't know. But we are going to spotlight Black authors that have juicy books. And my first book club selection, I announced it on my show last night. It is written by a young woman on the south side of Chicago. Get ready. All you prudes, turn the volume down. The book is called, where is it? Where's the picture? Did the picture come up? God dog it. I'm telling you, movie magic, man. Is it go? Okay, let's try it again. And the name of the book is called, God damn it. I'll show y'all later. The book is called Sneaky Pussy, okay? And it's really juicy. It's a short story series. It's 4 short stories inside the book. And yeah, it's written by Karen Lee. and it's very juicy. I'm asking everybody to please go to Amazon and purchase the book. Let me give you the information here. Did it come up? Go to Amazon.com/sneaky-pussy-Karen Lee. I know the title is crazy and everything, but it's a really juicy, good book. And we're going to have a good time reading this. We're going to read it the entire month of May. So please do me a favor. Go to Amazon. Now listen, to download the book is only 99 cents. Okay. It's 99 cents. To buy the paperback is $10. Let's support this girl and buy the book, men and women included. If you buy the book and let me know, I will bring you on an episode to discuss the book with me. Okay. So we're just having fun. It's a lot of craziness going on in the world. I just want y'all to have a good time. Let me see if I can pull this, sneaky pussy picture up, because I wanted you all to see it. I don't know why my technical difficulties. It is what it is. This is a very laid back cuckoo show, so mistakes happen. We ain't gonna worry about it. Okay, it's not coming up. Okay, so my guests that I have today, let's get started. Once again, it's all about oral and oral pleasure. But how can you have oral pleasure if your teeth are messed up and your breath stinks and you got things going on inside there that keep you from living a fulfilled and happy life? I'm blessed that I happen to have friends that are doctors. I have a lot of friends that are doctors. So I go out of my way to really uplift and show love to African American doctors for the most part, because look, what they have to go through to make it through medical school and get the expertise that they get, we must celebrate them. Does that mean every Black doctor is the bomb? No, there's some bad ones out here, but the ones that are good, we got to support them, especially the ones with their own private practices. We got to show these people love. So anyway, tonight I have two amazing dentists on the show. Dr. Obi is what I call them, and Dr. Katrina. And I'm going to bring them up. And if you have questions about what's going on in your mouth, this is the time. Send me a private message on Facebook. Reach out to me so I can get them the answers to you. First, let's bring up Dr. Bowden from Woodlawn Dental Gallery, also known as My Dental Gallery. And let's see. Is he going to pull my friend up? Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. What are you sipping on?
I'm sipping on some Classy Azul, a nice sipping tequila for such a great evening and night.
You are so bougie. Where did you get that from?
I actually got it from a restaurant this time because they were sold out at Benny's when I went. So I went to tacos. I love my tacos, and they were selling their bar stock because the bar aspect of the restaurant was closed, and they had one left. And I was like, "Give me my favorite, thank you."
Yes. That bottle is gorgeous. It looks like
handcrafted.
Wow. Yeah, that's that dentist money, baby. I don't have that. I got that comedy money. And my girl, Dr. Katrina, who is one of my best friends in the world. Hey, Dr. Katrina, what are you drinking?
Oh, see, I'm not as fancy as him. I got a little Tito's and some passion fruit juice. That's it.
It looks cute. Well, cheers, y'all.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers. I'm glad to have a nightcap with you all tonight. So we're going to get into it. I can't speak for everybody, but I know for me, sometimes I'm very shy when it comes to talking to my doctors about things that are going on with my body or questions that I may have, especially if they seem embarrassing. And with a dentist, I think we try to zip in there, get our teeth clean, get the x-rays done, and have you all fix things. But people are afraid to ask you stuff about oral health, about oral sex, and about things that are going on in their mouth. What do you say to that to let people know that I'm your doctor, I'm your dentist, this is where you should be coming to ask questions? What do you want to say about that? Let's start with Dr. Foster.
Well, for me, I would tell them that, if you want the right information, you want some information that comes with a little bit of research behind it, with some education behind it. You want an educated answer to whatever questions you have, then you should ask your dentist or your physician. So that's what I would suggest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you say, Dr. Obi? What you say about that? When people are, I know I've been seeing a bump here and there in my mouth. Sometimes I wake up with morning breath and it becomes lunchtime breath and it becomes nighttime breath. I'm scared to talk to my dentist about it. What should I do?
You definitely got to talk to whoever your provider is about the problem or the issue that you're having. Most of the time, if you make your patients really comfortable with you, they would tell you. I have patients that tell me, like, I think my breath stink. Can you tell me ways that I can get rid of it? It's all about the relationship. A lot of time you build with that person and how comfortable they are to sharing their innermost secrets. I mean, most of the time we know anyway whether you have stinky breath or not. Right? You come to your appointment, but
right.
So I don't have to warn you or tell you, oh, doc, my breath is stinking. You like, baby, I already know.
Yeah, I'll floss your teeth and just run the floss underneath your nose. Like, yeah, it's real.
I love it.
Oh, that's first of all, that's why I love both of y'all, because y'all are very real. Both of you all have done things to have fixed me up and helped me out. So I honestly feel very comfortable talking to you all about any and everything. But I do know that I've had other doctors where I'm like, I can't ask them that. One thing I know a lot of people wrote me about, in particular when it comes to oral sex, is how important is it to make sure you protect yourself during it, and can you really get a lot of diseases from oral pleasure, giving and even receiving? Like, what should we be looking out for? I mean, people were writing, even asking me about HPV, and I had never put together the correlation between oral cancers and throat cancers with, getting HPV. Is oral sex something that you can just do, or should you always have protection? And what things should people be looking out for and be afraid of when doing it, or conscious of?
Well, you should always have protection when you're performing any type of sex, period. Oral sex, actual intercourse. But sexually transmitted infections can be transmitted from the oral cavity to the genitalia and vice versa. So you have to be careful about those things, like HPV and herpes and things like that. The genital version of herpes can be found in the oral cavity as well as in the genitalia. And then the oral version of herpes can be found, it happens both ways if you're not protected. But most people know when they are suffering with these issues.
Okay.
And you would think they wouldn't perform any type of sexual acts when they're having an outbreak. But I guess some people are just, all for self.
Irresponsible.
There you go, Doc.
That's right. Retain.
So, I mean, this is the thing, though. Doc, Dr. Bowden, what do I look for? Like, if I meet a guy that like him, I've never seen, his breath smells good, none of his teeth are yellow or brown, he got all his teeth in his head, he's sexy, he's all that. How do I know there aren't other things going on deep down back in there that I may not just see from the gorgeous smile? Like, what should I be looking out for?
First, looking out is tough because you can't really see in someone's oral cavity. A. B, you have to get to know the person a little bit better and ask about their history and do a little bit more research. This day and age, myself, if I'm out there like that, I'm actually, before I get intimate with anyone, let's just go run all the tests and see what's really going on. We're STD free before this relationship starts. And people that are STD free, they wouldn't mind taking the test. If they hesitate, no, you need to push on.
Well, I didn't think about, and that is true. Like, if somebody, I don't think I have anything. I mean, for my last test, but you got to also continue. Like, people got tests back in '84 and they think it's still all good. And it's like, no, man, you still got to take care of yourself. But I would, if somebody was serious about me and I thought we were going to be moving forward, then yes, I would test and want to share my medical records. But I'm also don't necessarily want to do that with somebody I've only maybe known a month or so. But I guess that means I probably shouldn't be engaging in anything with them, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but that's not the reality we live in. Reality we live in is it's a lot of hot boys and hot girls out here. Hot girl summers, hot girl winter. It's just hot boy summer. Hot. So when we're talking about that, you have to protect yourself to the best of your ability with the given technology that you can find at your neighborhood CVS and Walgreens.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So if I have to be honest, it was recently, well, right now I'm practicing celibacy, but it was in recent years that I even realized I should probably use condoms every time I perform fellatio. And I know they have flavored ones and they have all this thing. The blowjob coach is coming on later. We're going to talk about putting it even on with your mouth and finding ways to do stuff like that. So it's not like, so it's more sexy and doesn't break the monotony. But what can I get by not using condoms when I perform oral sex? Like, what are the dangers that are involved?
You can get herpes simplex 1 in your mouth. You can get the beginning appearance of cold sores, which, you know, most people have herpes. Maybe 1 out of 6 adults have genital herpes, but as far as cold sores that we see, 66% of the population get them. You get oral herpes early in life. You get a kiss from your auntie. You sharing things in kindergarten, juice boxes and stuff, innocent things, and you're just carrying it. A lot of people don't show the signs and symptoms of it. So you think that they may be symptom free, but they do have it and they do carry that particular virus.
You can also get warts. Yeah. And then you, let's see, I'm trying to think of a patient I had, it's been so long in residency. So it's been a long time. And he had condyloma acuminata on his tongue. It was a wart. And so it looked like a tree stalk sticking up off his tongue. And he asked what it was. We had sent it to pathology to have it read. And that was the first time I saw it like on the slides in dental school, but that was the first time I'd seen it on a person. And so you can get those. And so he asked, well, what do I do? And the guy said, are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? And he said, both. He said, don't perform oral sex or kiss either one of them. And so, yeah, that's another issue.
And that comes from HPV, the lower strains. Yeah. So you have a lower strain and a higher strain of HPV.
Yeah.
Causes cancer. The other one causes the warts that Dr. Foster was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got to look for tree trunks growing out of these men's mouths.
It's not very obvious. I promise it's not really that obvious. None of it is as obvious as you think it would be. You actually have to be looking for it. And people are not going to be so forthright. That's why I just say protect yourself at all times.
Oh my God. You know, I remember when I was in college, I had a friend that I was cool with, and she would never kiss a guy. She's like, kissing is nasty and disgusting. And for me, kissing was such an important part of dating and intimacy. And she just would refuse. She would not kiss anybody. So then people were saying, oh, maybe it's something wrong with her. But now, hindsight, now that I'm a full functioning, really grown adult woman, I'm like, she was right. It's some nasty stuff out here. Like you cannot just go around kissing and doing things with any and everybody. So, oh my goodness, but I'm sure y'all seen it all. What are some of the worst cases of oral infections or things you've seen as a dentist that the average person maybe dating or engaging with that person wouldn't know about? Is there anything?
I would say, the typical things, warts, like Dr. Foster had said, inside your mouth, you can have a bunch of rotten teeth, which I see pretty boys all the time with awful oral hygiene, with broken down teeth, abscesses, and they're exchanging that bad bacteria with each other, which is very bad. Say, for instance, that particular woman has a toddler at home. she's introducing that bad bacteria she got from him to the baby. So it goes real deep. It's different levels.
I think bacteria is probably the most prevalent thing that you'll see that you won't notice right off the bat. And so, and almost everybody, well, everyone has bacteria, but almost everyone you'll find might have a tooth or two or a cavity or something going on that you might not notice. So yeah, bacteria is really a concern for everyone.
Oh, this is a lot. I mean, but I do think this is important. Why it's so important for dentists and doctors that are just in your field, period, to really be open and start telling us. You would think people would know and grown folks would know, but even just, I remember being little at an event with my parents and I was playing with some other kids, and I had drank out of my mom's cup, and one of the other I was like 9 years old, and one of the other little girls was like, I don't drink out of my mama's cup. And I was like, you can't drink out of after your mom? What are you talking about? Everybody can drink after their mama. She's like, my mama don't let me drink out of her cup. So I remember thinking as a little girl, ooh, what does her mom do that's so bad? I didn't know. But once again, hindsight, you don't think about what you could be bringing back to your children with your behavior. So, oh my, y'all are blowing. Now I don't even want to talk about blowjobs no more. Now after this, I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. Now, in addition to sexual health and oral health, it's also just the cosmetic aspect of dentistry that can make or break people's dating lives. And when it comes to like teeth whitening, does it really work? I know for me, that's like the first thing you'll notice about somebody is if they have pretty teeth or white teeth, or if their teeth are yellow or brown. If you do have yellow or brown teeth, can it be fixed? Can you do it yourself at home, or do you have to come and see a dentist or a specialist?
I think that's based on what it's situation based. It's not really a across the board type of answer. It's according to what you have going on. Like someone who has like tetracycline staining, or just from having medications, or someone who has can't whiten their teeth with anything other than maybe going with veneers. Someone who has white spots on their teeth, I wouldn't suggest whitening their teeth. Because those spots get whiter and the rest of the tooth kind of looks natural. So you kind of have to look at the situation. It's based on the patient, and you have to determine how to treat each patient individually.
Well, Dr. Bowden, you're known as the smile boss, and I've seen you on television transforms people's lives. I mean, people have walked in looking like Chewbacca, and when they get done with you, it's like they are a beauty queen. And I know you, even when there have been people that didn't have money or were in dire straits or extremely in a situation where they needed help, and out of the goodness of your heart, you've given back and even helped people with that have had extreme cases. How did you become the smile boss? Like, what is it in you that made you see the importance of fixing smiles?
I saw many people in my life whose smile changed and how it affected their self-esteem. So that was the big thing. Growing up, I grew up in Inglewood, Ogden Park, went to public school. So at that school, a lot of kids had toothaches, brown teeth, covered in mouth when they talk. My brother had crooked teeth, and his self-esteem wasn't the highest. And after he got his teeth straightened out with braces, his self-esteem went through the roof. His grades got better. The way he socialized changed. So that really prompted me to become who I am, and to let me know that, man, everyone deserves a good smile. A smile, people are judging you when they see you, like right away. Like, boop, this is a judgmental society. This Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, everything. Everybody always watching you. So, and it's too the fix it yourself society. So to piggyback on what Dr. Foster was saying with the staining of the teeth, some people, those are not stains. It's tartar that's been on your teeth for 5-6 years, and it's staining from you smoking, and you're trying to whiten that. So you always got to go see your dentist and get an exam before you start trying to fix yourself straight with Smile Direct and these white products without being supervised by a doctor.
Right. And Dr. Foster, you went away and left me here in Chicago by myself for 2 years to go to Howard to do the
HU. HU.
To go do the dentistry program to put braces on?
Orthodontics residency. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about what drew you to the ortho program and now you putting braces on people's teeth?
Well, I always wanted to do it. It was just a matter of matriculating. So I think it's easier when you finish dental school. I just started working because just like Dr. Bowden, I am from South Shore. And so my family is not, wealthy, and I see the smiles and I want to help and I wanted to fix things. So I did practice general for 13 years before I went to ortho residency. And I really liked doing as much as I did, for everyone that I went on, but I knew I had to follow my dream. So I went for ortho, and what I found is that he's right. Dr. Bowden's right. When you change someone's smile, it's almost like you change their outlook, the way they see their life turning out. Because sometimes people just don't see things going well because they're being judged. As soon as you look at them and you see their smile is not that great, you find that they're judged. I know at Howard, they've been doing studies about how your smile affects your hiring and things like that. So they've been doing those types of studies just to find out what can we do to make a difference and how important is it, especially since ortho is an elective procedure. It's not, it's mostly cosmetic. It's not always considered necessary. And so it's hard to say it's medically necessary for everyone because it's not. But when you have a child suffering who doesn't want to go to school and things like that, you just worry about trying to figure out how you can fix it. So I think that's where those studies are coming in.
Well, excuse me. I don't have corona, y'all. I'm just choking on.
Man, you good over there?
Yeah.
It went down the wrong way, Erica.
Trust me, I'm okay. Well, and that's the truth now. It's like if you call for sneeze, people are like, "Oh, what's wrong? What you got?" Like,
people hitting people. People putting their hands on people, so you be careful out there now.
I know. I have not left my house since March 14th. What? I've not gone out because, for one, I'm a diabetic and I'm nervous. I don't want to catch anything. And I live in Auburn, Gresham, and my zip code is the highest number of corona cases. Yeah. So I'm like, it's outside. It go out the door. It's there. So I'm chilling. I'm like, let me just stay in the house, and I'm gonna let all y'all go outside and see how y'all do. And then in a couple months, I'll join you. But no, not right now. And I even want to talk to you all about even corona and how that's gonna affect dental care and dental health. Because right now, I believe most dentists are only seeing you if it's an extreme emergency, right? You all aren't taking care of patients day to day. Like nobody can just come get a tooth cleaning right now necessarily. It's like you need to come for an extreme situation.
Like even for me as a orthodontist, I don't see patients because it's considered elective. And so it's not necessary, but I have patients who have emergencies. And if they can't be done by, say, the assistant, because my assistants can do a lot of the wires, poking them, clip it, or move it back in the right spot. And so if it can't be done by an assistant, then in those cases, I have to go in. So I haven't been in, but I reviewed charts one time, and I'll probably have to go see patients for the ones that have like appliances that are moving teeth. And I need to see what's going on, make sure things are not going haywire. And so, but I know Dr. Bowden's probably seeing them much more than what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dr. Bowden, I love your dental office. First of all, it looks so nice. Like you have one of the nicest offices I've been in, and you've got beautiful artwork everywhere. Your front staff is so damn cool. Y'all are on it. I get emails from y'all. I get we haven't seen you in a while. Where are you? What are you doing? Come back in here. And it feels good to go to an office like yours where I feel like you're in tune with the people. So if you're watching, I really want to encourage you to go to see Dr. Bowden at my dental gallery. He's on 63rd Street, and he is amazing. I'm telling you. And if you got a problem, you can sit down and you actually get some face-to-face interaction time with him. It's not just they slop you in, put you in the chair, and the dental assistant comes in, and then you see him 2 seconds and he's gone. Like, he will sit down, he will talk to you, and I so appreciate that about you. And Dr. Foster is real. I love her because she will tell you your teeth jacked up. There's some stuff going on down up in here. Let's get it together. She does not sugarcoat any issues, and she's even been real with me at times when my breath probably wasn't as fresh as should have been. And we need more doctors like you all that are willing to, that really care, but will also give people the real deal. I think that's really important. My time with you all is up now. I have so many questions. Oh, I do want to ask this one question a person wrote in to me for you all to answer. They wrote me on Facebook. Where is it? Okay. She says, I want to ask the dentist a question about my daughter, but I don't want to put her on blast. But she has had unusually bad breath since she was like 3 years old, and now she's almost 8. She had her tonsils adenoids removed about a year ago, and I thought that fixed it, but it's back. I have brought it up to her ENT and regular dentist, and they just brush it off. Maybe the doctors have a suggestion. My baby is too little to have breath this bad. What do you all say about that? Dr. Bowden, anything to say?
First of all, we need to make sure that her diet, check her diet. If she has good oral hygiene, meaning that they're flossing between her teeth, they're cleaning her tongue. She could have a tongue with deep fissures. Let's make sure that all the bacteria and the byproducts is cleaned out of her mouth, and she doesn't have dry mouth and she has a moist mouth, and making sure that oral hygiene, everything is done. After that, clean that slate and punch that. You check that box, then we need to look at her diet, make sure that she's not eating a lot of onions, garlic, a Mediterranean diet. If she is, then that's getting into her bloodstream. It's being processed, and then she's breathing that out. So she can possibly have the same breath. So it's just a matter of just checking all the boxes out that causes bad breath. If she's healthy, she doesn't have any kidney issues. She's too young to be a type 2 diabetic. Those are all the things that can cause bad breath. And she just needs to make sure as a parent that she's not letting an 8-year-old brush her own teeth. She needs to brush her teeth and floss and clean her tongue and use some fluoride mouth rinse to make sure that her mouth is clean, and then check her breath.
Wow.
Because I love everything you said. The only thing I would add is just, because I always liken it to them going through the growing process. And so their metabolism is a little bit faster. And so what you'll find is that a lot of young people will have bad breath until a certain point in life. If their hygiene is good, there's nothing wrong systemically, and everything is on the up and up. Diet, everything is great. What you'll find is it's almost like fasting, where you have that fasting breath. And so with the high metabolism, where it's almost like a starvation type of situation. And I got that from a pediatric dentist who said that, sometimes you'll find kids will have worse breath because they're still growing. And so they have a higher metabolism and their breath is just bad, And so that was something else that I've learned over the years too.
Well, I get it. While a kid with growing pains and their metabolism will have it, their breath is funky. Why are these 45-year-olds that have already grown?
That's hygiene. That's mostly hygiene.
Right.
More than anything.
That's periodontal disease. That's gum disease.
Yeah.
Bad bacteria, the bad teeth, and those sulfur eggs compounds that the bacteria produce coming out their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That mint and that gum and that mouth rinse.
Yeah.
Fighting through. It fights through. So come see us. Come see us. You don't want bad breath.
Oh my God. Yeah, y'all have really schooled us tonight on the realities of this stuff is real. So with that being said, before you all go, if both of you all can give me 2 or 3 things that we can all do now, especially since we're at home, quarantine, not really going out and about, to get our teeth together in home until we can get to you once all this is over and you help us fix our teeth? Like, what do we need to do to have optimal dental care so that we can get out here and move around? So when it's a hot girl summer and a hot boy summer, we can pick up somebody with our nice smelling breath and our good teeth. What are 2 or 3 things that we can be doing right now?
Flossing is one. Floss. Learn how to floss. You have more than enough time.
Yes.
The floss picks. I'm talking about this.
Look, in front and behind of every tooth. Don't just do the front teeth. Do the back teeth.
I'm
done.
That's important.
Yeah.
I didn't floss until dental school. So, hey, I didn't floss until dental school. I'm just going to keep it 100. I was a little kid. We didn't floss.
Me too.
Now you know you have no excuse.
Yep.
Okay, so I need to floss. Anything else?
Brush twice a day. Now the new recommendation is 3 times a day. If you look on the ADA site, it says 3 times a day. But if you do twice, you're doing good. You know, you're doing better than most. But but yeah, brushing and flossing is the biggest thing.
Anything else? We got to
pull the lip down to make sure you ain't got a lot of buildup.
Check your gums for plaque. Some people have plaque stuck to their gums, so they need to brush their gums a little bit too. I've seen it.
No, it's real.
And of course, like the doctor said, if you are engaging in sexual acts with your mouth, protect yourself, right? We should be using condoms and dental dams.
Damn, that's right.
Yeah. A lot of times we focus on fellatio, like a male orifice going in the dental cavity, but even, you know, there are problems too if you enjoy peaches, if you like to eat and lick peaches, you could have problems too, right?
Oh,
I'm trying not to be too, when doctors are on, I feel like I shouldn't be too gross. I should, speak in innuendo. So peaches can bring you problems too. So I'm, Lord. Somebody wrote, somebody just put a comment down here. What did he say? Will it come on?
Yeah. If you eat that much, you definitely should.
You said if you eating that what?
If you eating that much, keep it in your pocket because you don't know where that box been.
You don't.
That box could have been anywhere.
And yeah,
before you got there.
That is true. Somebody else put a comment. Yeah, support Black doctors. I agree. We must do that. Maybe y'all should somebody needs to go ahead and create a line of dental dams and condoms that endorsed by a dentist. Years ago, there was a white dentist in New York that had contacted me. He created something called the blow guard, which was a mouthpiece that women could put in their mouth so that their teeth wouldn't get in the way of oral sex. And he was like, he's a board certified dentist, and he had created this prototype. It didn't take off. It looked really crazy and uncomfortable. So I'm like, I look like an alien while I'm, but
it's hard to convince grown people to do a dental dam. Everything we say and sound good.
Nobody ever follows it though.
No one ever follows it, unfortunately.
That's
it's just
crazy.
Bad. Everybody's bad.
Yeah, we need to stop doing that. Okay, well, guys, anything else you want to say before we leave, Dr. Foster, or let people know how to?
No, thank you just for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna have you all back because the cosmetic dentistry part of this, the adult braces, veneers, and those kind of things, I got a lot of questions about that. But today I kind of wanted to focus more so on the health aspect of it. But I definitely have to have both of y'all back on to talk about that because the whole self-esteem aspect of having nice teeth is so important. And I want to dig deep into that. Yeah. So as you all see below, Dr. Katrina Foster, you can find her she's hardly ever on Instagram, but I didn't want to give out her personal information. So get her on Instagram. And then Dr. OB, my dental gallery, and the Smile Boss. Dr. Bowden, anything else you want to say before you leave?
Cover up, man. Thanks for having us. Appreciate
Thank you. We got to toast. Let's toast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
His bougie tequila.
Right. Thank you.
Woo! You deserve a drink. Yes. I love you both. Thank you. And when this is all over, I'll be coming to see y'all about my teeth because we got some things we need to work on with me. Because I'm gonna have a hot girl summer. Okay.
Absolutely. No doubt.
Bye. I'll see y'all later.
Okay.
Bye. Woo, that was cool. How often do you get to talk to doctors, especially Black doctors, about dental health and how it's just awesome that we need to make sure we stay healthy and protect our mouths. And especially, I felt it was my duty to talk about that because I definitely have sex therapists on, and we talk a lot about sex and being naughty and doing nasty things. So I should also follow up with some health. With that being said, I also want to follow up with some coaches. And we got 2 coaches coming up this evening. First, we're going to talk to Ashley Cobb, who is a Sexpert, a blowjob coach, and she also is a sex toy matchmaker. She will talk to you and figure out what your needs and wants are, and she will match you with the proper toy to give you all the joy you need. But tonight, we're talking to Ashley about the art of blowjobs and the importance of oral sex in relationships. Now, if you all tonight watched the documentary about Michael Jordan and the Bulls, one of the most important aspects of them being a dynasty and winning so many championships was Phil Jackson, the coach. We hear a lot about Michael, we hear about Scotty and all of those, Dennis Rodman, everybody, but the coach is who has your back, that gives you all the plays and lets you know how to win at the game. And just like Michael Jordan needed Phil Jackson, we all need Ashley Cobb in our life to be a blowjob coach and put us up on game. Let me bring Ashley on.
Hello,
hi, Miss Ashley.
How are you?
How are you? How are you doing?
I am good.
Yes. You know, I know I had reached out to you last week to ask you to come on the show, and you were like, "Oh, Erica, I can't come on because I'm busy with a blowjob coaching session." And I said, "Excuse me?" And you were like, basically, yes, I'm coaching bitches on sucking dick. So,
Yeah.
Hello. I think that is so cool because the truth of the matter is, I know a lot of women in particular, even if we have a best friend in the world, sometimes we don't really get tips and sexual tips from other people. You kind of feel like you should already know how to do it, or how do you even ask a friend that? And so to have somebody that you know is in your corner that is going to give you all the right ways to do things is so cool that you're doing that. What inspired you to do that? Oh, wait, first, are you sipping on something? Did you bring a drink?
Well, I have lemon. This is lemon sweet tea. I have tea.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, it doesn't always have to be alcoholic. I love it.
So what inspired it was, so I all last year I was doing public and private blowjob parties.
Wow.
So so I was doing those, and I stopped doing those this year in January. And then with the coronavirus thing, I was like, well, people were still wanting, somebody asked me about doing a blowjob party. And I was like, well, I don't really do those no more, but I can, do one for you on Zoom if you want one. And so I did it. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then I had someone ask me about doing a live coaching thing on Zoom with her and her partner. And I was like, it's my first time doing it. And I was like, okay, we can see how it goes. And it went really well. Okay, I like this. So I like being able to virtually coach people through, the internet and show. And basically how that works is I just kind of tell the woman step by step what to do, how to do. So we go through different techniques that include both the hands and the mouth. and we try different things. And then you kind of see like in the gentlemen's, they'll usually be like, you can hear them like either like say yes or moan or something. So you can kind of see like, okay, that's working. This one's not working. So let me not do this one. Let me do more of this one. Let me combine this with something else. So it's kind of like I'm there guiding you on how to give the perfect blowjob to that individual, because as you know, everybody's different. So what may have worked for someone last week may not work for the one this week. So you have to kind of learn the man you're with type.
Yeah. So now with that being said though, even though I know the little nuances here or there, every man is going to be different as far as what they like or don't like. But are there any key things that are important to have there in order to have a successful blowjob?
Enthusiasm is the number one thing. Every time I talk to a man, they're like enthusiasm or wetness, but mainly enthusiasm, because they want you to be into it. They don't really want lazy head. Like, we don't want lazy head. They want us to act like we want to do it, or at least pretend, you know. Enthusiasm is a big one. That's a huge one. And then the next one will be, the wetter the better. Most men, you know, because there's some who don't, but most men like a lot of spit and wetness on their penises. So yeah, those two things are probably the biggest thing.
Okay, if you're watching, y'all hear that lady, you've heard it from the coach herself. First of all, you need the enthusiasm. So I don't really feel like doing it. And rushing and getting rid of it is probably not the way to go. And then the more wetness, the more spit, whatever, the better. What do you think I know when I was younger, and I'm older than you, but when I was younger, especially when I first started getting into college days where I was exposed to a lot of this stuff, it was still like a stigma on doing it. Even when a guy gets mad at another guy, he'll say, "Man, suck my dick." It's such something you tell somebody to do in a demeaning way or down of them. And I think some of that carries over to when women want to do it. Maybe that's why there is not as much enthusiasm there. What do you say about that?
I agree. Like I say, my generation is the first generation who have actively, openly said we suck dick, right? Without shame, for the most part.
Yes.
You know, we still have some people who like, oh, I don't do that. But for the most part, a lot of people I'm 35, in their 30s, you know, we're like, okay, we suck dick. We talk about it with our friends or whomever, right? You know, my mama generation, they didn't do that, or they did. They weren't talking about it. My grandma generation, you know, no.
And I'm 10 years older than you, right? And a lot of the women that watch my show are actually also in my age group. And that's why these shows are becoming so popular, because everybody is like, can't believe that I'm talking about sex in this way. And it's like, but we're 45 years old. A lot of y'all got kids. Some of y'all are on your second or your third or fourth husband. You really are shocked by conversations about fellatio and intimacy, but sometimes they are. But it doesn't help, you know, when in some ways, especially with Black female sexuality, we are shamed for doing things that our counterparts of other ethnic backgrounds can do. They can experiment with their sexuality, they can do all these things. But for us, when we do it, it can put a bad taste in people's mouth. No pun intended.
Right. And like, that's the thing I found with other races. I'll say, like, for our Caucasian friends, you know, they tend to be more open. Like, white women have been sucking dick for years. And, you know, and they have been open about it. This is what I do. They are not like shame about it. And I think, you know, that's part of like the thrill with them, because they are open and not really caring about what other people think. A lot of us, we're so, you know, it's been so taboo for so long. It's like, oh, what will people think if I say this out loud? What will people think if they'll know I was doing this? And we have to just kind of like, you know, get to the point where we don't really care what people think and just do what, you know. do what we want to do.
What we want to do. Yes. So listen, before a couple things before I let you go. I want to know if you can give me 3 tips or 3 ways to make sure that I enhance my abilities with doing blowjobs.
Okay. So the first tip I give people is people automatically assume blowjobs just only use your mouth, right? And that's not true. Hands are a very important part of blowjobs. I am a big advocate for work smarter, not harder. So using your hands more help you to, not wear your mouth out, and it kind of it works, and it works faster and all this stuff. So the better hand job you give, the less mouth job you have to do, right? Like you can, and especially if someone says well endowed and they're kind of longer, you can use your hands and your mouth simultaneously. That way, it'll, create that dual effect, and he can kind of come faster. So that's that one. Use hands the more.
Use hands, ladies. Woo!
Use hands. Also, I would say use toys. You can use toys with blowjobs. There are different type of toys you can use. You can use like masturbation sleeves. You can use vibrators. Like you can, while you're giving a blowjob, you use a vibrator on his scrotum. So that way you have double sensations going there. So that also adds to the, excitement and the enthusiasm and all this stuff, and gives him, again, double sensations, and that kind of will lead to orgasms quicker. I think a lot of the issue that a lot of women have, a lot of questions they get, is their mouth gets tired. Their mouth gets tired a lot, and they want to know, well, what can I do for that? So if you do oral exercises, and you can Google oral exercises, and you do oral sex exercises, like, in the morning when you're brushing your teeth. And that can build your mouth stamina, so that way your jaws and your tongue and your lips and stuff won't be as tired. Because if you're exercising these muscles, they'll be used to the, stretching and the wear and tear, and they'll be able to withhold and withstand all the, all the going on down there.
The wear and tear. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think I'm reacting a little slow here. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know why I'm going a little slow. Well, first of all, those tips are awesome. And I think one of the most impactful things you said tonight also is for women to show their enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. Be happy, y'all, when you're doing all that sucking. Smile a little bit.
Yeah. Your eye contact.
Yeah, eye contact. Yes. Eye contact, smiling, and the mouth exercises, that's profound. I have a hard time already trying to floss, but I'm with the teeth brushing, I'm gonna add those mouth exercises.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna
just 1 or 2 in the morning. Yeah, one or 2, and then stretch them lips. That's all you gotta do.
Just stretch it all up in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. Well, actually, I love having you on the show. I'm going to put your information back down here at the bottom, but let everybody know once again what you offer and how they can contact you and enhance their skills.
Okay, so I offer, I'm a blowjob coach, so I offer, right now with the whole Corona thing, I'm doing virtual, and I'll probably do this even after Corona, virtual blowjob parties where women or whomever can book me with their friends and do a blowjob party via online Zoom. I also do blowjob sessions with couples. So that's private, just me and them. So those are on my site, Sex with Ashley. And I also, like I said before, I help people find the perfect sex toy based on whatever their needs are. You can book a consultation with me and we answer questions, and then I send you your perfect match based on what your questions and what we discover together. And all that can be found on sexwithashley.com.
Ashley, you're like a sex doula. Like, ooh, the way
that's a good name.
I don't know if, like, you're bringing forth a new life, sexual life to women. And I think it's so important that you're doing this. Like, this is true counseling work. Like, you are saving marriages and relationships and boosting women's self-esteem, because we all know there's a woman before us. And the last thing you want to do is have him thinking about her and the memory of her and all that she could do, and you're not bringing your skills to the table. So I so appreciate that you're doing this. This is so cool. Make sure, ladies, even if you think you're a pro at it, you think you're the best, you can always learn a new trick, right? So
and the part is also good. It's just fun to do with your friends. Even if you a blowjob goddess, it's just something fun to do with your friends. Have a girl night on the internet and just chill for an hour, and that's it.
Yes, I love it. And luckily there are women like you doing this that can release some of the stigma, especially for women of color that may feel that stigma attached. Like, if I'm too good at this, what is he gonna think about me? It's like, a lot of the men want the pleasure. Who doesn't want a bomb ass blowjob? But then if I'm too good at it, does it diminish my worth to him, where he's like, she's good at sucking dick, but I don't know if she's gonna be a good wife. It's like I know now, me at 45, well, I'm 46 now. I'm feeling much more free, and I don't care about what some man thinks about me. I'm doing it for me. And that's what it's really all about, is us doing it for ourselves. Yeah. Well, thank you, Ashley.
Well, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, absolutely. I adore you. I love your energy and all that you're doing. And I probably, when I'm really ready, I'm gonna book a class. I'll try to at least get some of my girls together so we can book a virtual class with you.
Okay. Cool beans.
Especially because some of us, girl, we are single and quarantining alone. So this is the perfect time to brush up on these skills. So when this damn shit is over, we can get out here and suck dick properly.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ashley. Have a good night. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Woo! Y'all, listen. So having the dentist first talk to us about oral health, and then Ashley talking about oral sex. It's really mind-blowing, right? And I think it's so important that we really acknowledge that oral health in so many, in all facets, are really important, and especially oral communication. If anything, oral communication is the best kind of way to have a relationship and have sex. The person I have coming up next is a friend of mine. I respect her so much. She has a wonderful podcast called Dates and Mates. And let me show you. You can find her on Apple Podcasts. Isn't she like the cutest thing? And what I love about her is Damona Hoffman, has one of the most positive attitudes of anyone that I've ever met in my life. I'm sure she could maybe, deep down somewhere when she's at home and her kids and husband are getting on her nerves, she can get mean and get mad and curse somebody out. I don't think I've ever seen this woman not greet everybody with a hug and a smile. And even, I want to talk to her a little bit about this. Before, I believe she's always been into dating and relationship coaching. But before it was her career full time, she was actually a senior level executive in network television. And many of the people that you see out here that are performing, there are a lot of stars that have been discovered that have TV deals now, but Damona Hoffman was the first person to ever really give them a stage. And actually, I'm one of the comedians that she did a lot for. When I was living in New York, I got a NBC scholarship to study improv with UCB because of Damona. So I have a lot of love for her, but I'm really interested to talk to her about all this relationship stuff. And she's going to talk to us about the importance of oral communication, because it is important. Let me bring up Damona Hoffman. Where are you, Damona?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey.
Girl, did you hear me screaming at my kids earlier?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay, yes, I'm the nicest person ever.
Yes. But, kids will do that to you. But you can still scream with a smile, because you just always seem so positive, which is why the show you had, Black Love, even though the cast was just juicy and interesting, I really tuned in to hear what you had to say. Because to have someone dealing with dating and relationships that has such a positive outlook on them is a breath of fresh air. A lot of dating and relationship experts come from a place of, first of all, telling you everything is wrong with you. You totally need to be reworked and fixed. You are, and you're not necessarily savable, but in the meantime, I'll get you a couple dates. Where you come from the perspective of, let me tell you the things that are working for you and what's right about you, what's gorgeous about you, what's sexy about you, what's appealing, and find those strengths and use those things to get you the right person, while we also fix up some of the shit that's wrong with you.
Well, that's exactly, like, that's why the tagline on my website is love as you are, because I believe that when you're your true self, you will attract the best possible match for you. But I also believe that dating is a learned skill.
Okay.
So that's what I help you. It's not fixing anything about you necessarily. It's fixing your dating skills.
And why do you think we have such bad dating skills?
Nobody taught us. I mean, I remember, like you say, I have a positive outlook now, but I used to be, honestly, one of the most cynical people about love.
Really?
Yes, completely. Like, I never had a boyfriend in high school. I asked all my dates to prom. I really struggled. I really struggled because I was chasing this idea of what I thought was attractive or what I thought I needed to have or who I needed to be. And once I finally relaxed into myself and I did do some self-work to get really comfortable being in my own skin and being who I was. That was when I was able to attract someone that appreciated all of those things about me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it seems like that may be part of the problem, is that people don't even realize they don't know how to date. Like, we think we know, and it's just that we haven't found the right one. But for someone to even say, you know what, the way in which we've been cultured or cultivated to date isn't really working for us. I feel like it's almost like when Morpheus told him to pick the red or the blue pill. You take that pill and start learning about the proper way to date that will bring the most positive results. And you're like, damn, I've been doing this really all wrong. What is something across the board that you think, especially with women, that we do wrong when it comes to dating?
Well, the first thing we do is we say everything we don't want instead of what we do. And then that continues to attract the same thing, because then we're biased to be seeking out that pattern and we don't even realize it. So we get more of it and then we say, well, I don't want that. I don't want any cheaters, players, whatever. And then we keep seeing the cheaters, players, because that's the familiar feeling to us. Like, I had this attraction to bad boys. And if a guy, like, he came from a broken home and he had tats and piercings, I was like, I'm going to fix you.
Yes.
And I actually created a plan for myself called Operation Date Nice Guys. I'm not even kidding, Erica. I called it Operation DNG. And I said, I need to shift what I'm attracted to and the way that I behave when I'm with a quality guy, versus the way that I just flip out when I'm with somebody that is giving me a challenge.
Yeah.
And I was attracted to that challenge or that ability to fix someone. Maybe that's why I'm a dating coach now.
Right.
I still like fixing people.
Yes, you're fixing it.
Right.
Oh,
but and when I first met my husband, he walked in the room, we met online, and I thought, oh, he's really cute, but he's just seems so nice. And then the first thing I thought was, maybe I have a friend that I can introduce him to. And then I was like, no. You're doing Operation Date Nice Guys. This guy is for you. You need to stick with it. So the other big mistake that people make is they make decisions too quickly into the process.
Okay.
We're so quick. And even now, like you were saying, I have been coaching people on online dating for 15 years. I started writing dating profiles back when I was working in casting. And before I had my whole career as a TV executive, I was writing dating profiles for fun, just because I had a knack for it and I could really help people. And, even way back then, I realized that there were so many options available online. And now that's the biggest thing that has changed in the last 15 years. There's so many more options of people online that the next option is just a swipe away. So
Right.
it's keeping us from focusing on the person that's right in front of us.
Wow. And Damona, I don't like online dating. Is that wrong? I don't like it.
See, I'm never going to tell somebody that they're wrong. I'm just going to say that there are so many people online now that you have critical mass. So you go where the options are. And
You're
if
right.
you look at the statistics now, some statistics are saying that 1 in 3 marriages begin in a dating app now.
Wow.
So if that's where the guys are, that might be where you want to be, but that shouldn't be the only thing that you're doing.
Okay.
And I call it the most powerful tool in your dating toolbox, but it shouldn't be the only tool that you're
Okay.
using. But it is a skill.
Yes.
Online dating is a skill, and I help people develop that, but then also develop offline skills.
Wow. So speaking of skills and the fact that this show is about oral skills, I find that a lot of times people don't want to talk about the way in which communication and the way that you communicate can really enhance or mess up your dating life. And it starts for me, I'm thinking about, I have friends, and me included, we don't even communicate well with ourselves as far as having a clear understanding of what we want, what our goals are, and being honest about even what we bring to the table. As far as you're concerned, how important is communication and mastering the art of communication with finding the right person?
Communication is everything, really. It's one of I have 4 pillars of long-term compatibility, things that you have to have in alignment for your relationship to work. And communication, and I couple that with conflict resolution, is one of the very most important. But it's also one of the elements that can be worked on. The other ones are about common values, shared goals for the future, and trust. And those are a little harder to work on and
Okay.
change. Like a lot, your values many times are innate, but your communication skills and your conflict resolution skills, you actually can improve. And I mean, I'm even doing this all the time with myself. Like, I'm always gaining new skills. I'm in a parenting class right now because I want to learn how to communicate better with
Hence,
my
you
kids.
screaming at your children before this. You said you were screaming at them.
I was screaming at them. I was not doing my homework and using reflective parenting skills. But that's part of the process, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not expected that you're going to say the right thing or do the right thing every time. The question is, what do you do when you have a misstep, and how do you learn from it in the future? So the biggest tip I can give about communication is to focus on listening. We are all trying so hard to be heard that we
Yeah.
forget that we're also supposed to be listening. So this is whether you're on a date or you're in a relationship, I try to have my clients focus 70% on listening. If you feel like you're listening 70% of the time, you're probably listening about 50% of the time. But
Okay.
if you're going for 50-50, you're probably doing most of the talking, especially the ladies, because we tend to be more verbal.
Yes. For me, one of my pet peeves or issues is when I am communicating with a guy and I feel like they hear what they want to hear versus hearing what I said or what I was trying to say. Their interpretation of it sometimes is so different than what I really meant. And I know that we all are bringing baggage from previous relationships. And sometimes you have these preconceived notions of who somebody is based on what you've had in the past. And I can't stand when I say something and I mean it with the sincerest form of whatever, but they take it the wrong way. It's like, how can I combat that? I feel like the guys I date and my mother always hear me wrong. And it's like, am I the problem, or are they coming with some issues too?
Well, everyone comes to the table with their own experiences.
Yeah.
And You know, words are powerful, Erica. So I wouldn't even say baggage because that has a connotation like
Yes.
negative, but I would call it a filter. You have a filter through which you hear it that may be accurate or may distort what you're hearing. And those are the moments when you have the miscommunications that I would just stop and take a step back. And what one technique that I find really helpful is to try to get on the same page with repeating what you said or what you meant, or having them tell you what they heard.
Okay.
Because usually then when you can either clarify or you can understand where the miscommunication is coming from, but if you just react to like their reaction, that's when things are going to just blow up and you won't be able to get the dynamic back.
Yeah,
If
you're
you
right.
Yeah, if you get to the point where it's just blown up and you can't fix it, then you want to come back to a neutral territory, like maybe the next day or a couple days later when everybody's cooled off and say, "I want to talk to you about what happened because I'm confused or I don't really understand. I think I may have hurt your feelings and I wasn't intending to. So can you help me understand?" And again, getting back to this place of mutually understanding one another rather than trying to get your point across.
Because that's the thing. Because then I get in defense mode and I'm trying to say what I said. Then I'm mad that I feel that they interpreted it wrong instead of me saying, "Hey, can you tell me what you heard me say?"
Right.
So that I can figure out where the disconnect is. And
Which
I
is
have to,
natural,
yeah,
right? You know, it's natural because then when you feel attacked, you're going to get more defensive and
yes,
attack back. But what you have to remember is that either person in the situation always has the power to diffuse the situation. And it might mean that you know, take an L for a minute, like by being like, okay, you won that. I'm trying to teach my daughter this right now with my son. Like,
right,
you don't have to be right every time. It's
yeah,
okay. I know you're right. You know you're right. He doesn't right now. He can't hear that you're right. So just
yeah.
back up, come back at it later and bring all the stuff, bring all the baggage or the filters, bring all that in and say, this is what my perspective is based on my experiences. This is I what I've seen or what I'm feeling, but help me understand where you're coming from. And then we meet in the middle.
It's such a mature way to act, Damona. I,
It's easy to say, like, you know, in hindsight when we're having a nightcap. It's a lot harder to do in the moment, but
yeah,
again, it is a practiced and learned skill. So it is something that if you don't do it perfectly the first time, you gotta just come back and keep trying.
keep trying. Don't give up. Yeah, and I'm trying to be more mature as I'm getting older. I'm trying to grow up and be a big girl.
I'm
And
trying to be more childish. It's not
right.
working out that well.
Yeah, being childish is fun. Definitely.
But I
Yeah.
am trying to find more moments of fun and levity, like, especially right now as
Yeah.
we're all quarantined together,
Yeah.
it can get real heavy and
Yeah.
real serious very quickly. So, finding those moments where you can just play and, you know, if you're in a relationship with someone, finding play with your partner
Yeah.
and maybe trying some of the stuff that Ashley was talking about, you know,
Yeah.
just getting into the place where it is not so serious in that moment because everything else is so heavy that every moment doesn't have to be.
Be heavy. Absolutely. Well, speaking of those playful moments, I find I have the hardest time with flirting. And I know that that's definitely a form of communicating and important to starting a relationship is the flirting aspect of it. What pointers do you have for that or even like what's the right way to flirt? Like when I like somebody, I'm so shy. I can't.
I was gonna say, I don't believe you. I
No, I
just do not
promise.
believe you are bad at flirting for a second, Erica.
Well, I'm good at flirting with men I don't like. If I'm not interested in you, I can flirt all day. But when I'm feeling somebody, I'm so shy and nervous around them, I can't do it. And a lot of people take my flirting as playing. When I say things, I don't think they think I'm serious. So my playfulness is too extreme, I guess. I got to figure out how to put a little more sexy in the flirting. So they're like, oh, okay. you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know flirting is important. Like how can you learn flirting? Can you become a good flirt?
Completely. Oh, yes, absolutely. And what you're describing is anxiety that comes when you have those butterflies and you're feeling
Okay.
attracted to someone because you're attached to the outcome. You're now thinking not just of like, I'm having fun and being in the moment with this person. You're thinking, and I want them to like me back. And what if we could go out on a date? And then we get ahead. We get ahead. And you may remember earlier I was talking about staying in the moment. So it works with communication. It works with flirting as well. Try to be right there and listening and responding to what you hear first. The other thing is see if you can let go of the outcome because that play it is attractive and what the playfulness response that you're getting is probably that person being like I don't know how to react to this, so that might be their own stuff, and in that case you have to be the one that's like really clear about where things are headed and maybe drive the flirtation forward. But in the other situation that you described, if you can find the playfulness and let go of where it's going, you'll be
Okay.
able to be your true self. And there's nothing sexier than you really being authentically Erica.
Hmm. Yes. Well, I guess for me too, the fear of the rejection of if like I said, I can flirt easily with somebody that I'm not even all that interested in. But the one I am interested in, I can't. And I think part of it, if I'm going to be honest with myself, is what if he doesn't like me back? What if he's not interested? What
And
do
then what
you
I would say to that is, so what if?
right?
Like what the pickup artist would tell you, which I'm not at all a pickup artist, but it's my field, all dating and relationships. So I make sure I know what's out there. The pickup artist they'll send a guy out to approach 100 women to try to get 2 or 3 numbers in the beginning because the more that they go and approach women, the less anxiety each interaction holds. So I'm not like downplaying the attraction that you're feeling, but just it's more the attachment to the outcome that stops us
Outcome.
from really being able to do or say what we want.
Yeah.
The other question I was gonna ask you, Erica, is
Yeah.
how much, especially in those playful situations, how much are you using touch?
Touch. Not as much as I maybe probably could. No, I honestly I don't do as much touching as I probably could do. No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I always flirt verbally, or I'll try to get eye contact with him so he understands that I'm opening the door for him to come over. But if a man doesn't come over to me, then we just don't talk. I also do
Ah,
not ever approach a guy or
why not?
initiate.
And why not?
It's once again that the stigma of being told that if he wants you, he'll chase you. And I just feel and I sit back and watch my male friends. I'm a guy's girl. I have a lot of close male friends. And I've always watched them find the one they're after and they go for her. Whether she's giving eye contact or not, they go for it. So I figure if a man sees me and likes what he sees, he'll come and talk to me. But at the same time, now that I'm older, I do see more women being the aggressor and they get the results they want. I don't know.
Well, I think there's a difference between being the aggressor and creating an opening because women have always actually driven flirtation. It
Okay.
was like back in olden times, the woman dropped the hanky and that let the man know that the approach would be accepted. So
Yes.
sometimes men don't approach because you haven't dropped the hanky. You haven't given the smile and the eye contact.
Okay.
And sometimes, yeah, they may be preoccupied with that one chick across the room, but if they see your vibrancy and they start talking to you, they might see something that like they do get like laser focused. Like that was the girl that they were looking at, but all of a sudden, here's this beautiful, funny, intelligent woman right here that I didn't see because I was looking at that, but
Well,
now
that one.
she's in my Now she's in my sphere. So I would try that. And then touch is super powerful for women to be able to use. It obviously is very stigmatized for a man to touch a woman. But in our society, if a woman touches a man, you have to think of how men are really starved for physical affection at all. Like as women, we see our girlfriends, we give them like a hug, kiss on the cheek, and guys go to the movies and they sit 2 seats apart so their knees like don't accidentally possibly brush one another.
Right.
So they don't get touched the way that women do. And having that touch, that's like a basic human need. That's the first thing when you come out of the womb. You're like, they say the baby and the mom should touch skin to skin. So if you can use that power and just, you can catch them off guard with that by just like even touching a shoulder. I'm not saying anything like below the waist or anything.
Right. I get it.
Just casual touch can really get his attention and kind of stop the flow of whatever he was thinking and make him focus on you and take you more seriously as a potential date, mate, anything you want it to be.
Yeah. Oh, Damona, you just gave a nice gem right there.
That's what I do every week.
Yes. So let's talk about your podcast, Dates and Mates. What inspired you to start that in particular? And how are you using it to basically heal us all from our sicknesses of being afraid to really get out here and date?
Yeah, so I started Dates and Mates 7.5 years ago, before podcasting was as cool as it is now. And I really, I was really just starting my coaching business. I was like a year and a half into my coaching business as a full-time thing. I started as a dating profile writer, but I could only do so many while I was also a TV exec. So once I started doing it full time, I needed a way to brand myself for people to hear my perspective, my approach to dating, and as a calling card for clients. So that's really why I started it, to be able to help more people through the podcast, and then as a gateway to other opportunities for people to work with me. But honestly, it's been such a labor of love for me, and I so enjoy. I'm here in my podcast studio right now. I really enjoy sharing advice in this way and hearing other perspectives, having different guests on, having you on to share.
Yeah, we had so much fun when I was on. That was a year ago. It was like the end of March or beginning of April last year where I was on your show. So I saw that, and I was searching through my email trying to find pictures of you because I thought I already had some pictures. And I was like, I was on her podcast around this time last year. So this is our anniversary.
A different place now.
Yes. Oh, it is a different place.
Yeah. But the show really, like, we start out every episode with headlines of the week in dating and relationships. So the show is topical, but at the same time, every week there's a different topic about either dating or relationships that everyone can learn something from or relate to. So, of course, right now we've been talking a lot about quarantine dating and relationships, and also hearing other inspiring stories from real people, just to remind us, like you said earlier, we are going to get out of this.
Yeah.
When we do, you're going to be ready for the next thing. So this is a perfect time to brush up on your skills, to binge listen to Dates and Mates, and
absolutely.
When the floodgates open, you'll be ready.
Should people put dating profiles up now and still seek out getting to know people, even though we know we're not going to be going on any dates anytime soon, out together in public, virtual dates, I'm sure, but should I go ahead and put that dating profile up? Because I'm not on anything right now.
I'm a big fan of online dating. I think this is a really interesting and unique time. I don't know how many of these relationships are going to last. I've been doing a lot of interviews and people are like, what's going to happen? And I'm not Nostradamus. I don't know. But I do know that dating skills can be worked on, whether you're talking virtually like you and I, or whether you're sitting face to face. So if you have the time, I say, why not? Why not use it to explore? But it's not the right time for everybody. Like I know everyone's experience with quarantine is different. Like I have 2 kids and I'm barely making it. Producing 2 podcasts and dealing with clients and content, all that. I'm barely making it. I know there's probably a lot of single parents listening to this that are like, I couldn't do one more thing.
Yeah.
But and some people are working through this and really struggling. Like I got a question on Dates and Mates from somebody who's a nurse, and he was saying he's not sure if he should start dating now because he's about to go to another hospital where he's dealing with COVID patients, and he knows he will have to be quarantined for 14 days after that. And he was like, is this a good time to start? Like, then maybe not. But for you, Erica, I say, why not explore?
Okay. I'm gonna do that this week. I'll do Tinder or something and put a profile up, and I'll keep you posted on that. And I definitely want to come back on Dates and Mates. So whenever you're happy.
That would be great. And I have a free profile starter kit on my website. So if you're like, I don't know, this last time it didn't work. And if anyone's listening whose profile just didn't attract the right kind of dates or didn't have the best online dating experience, you should look at redoing your profile, choosing new photos, choosing new descriptions. And I made it really easy with just like a plug and play template and writing prompts so that you can start. It's hard to write about yourself and to know how to present yourself in the right way. So I took all the guesswork out of it. And that's free at datesandmates.com as well.
Datesandmates.com. Oh, that is awesome. So I'm definitely going to check that out. And maybe we can even one day in the future when you are free and have some time, because I know you're working and busy, right? I would love for you to come on, and maybe you can even we can promote that aspect of your business and give a person a free, we can analyze, let you look at their profile and give them a couple tips or whatever.
Absolutely. I love doing that. I did that last year for Oprah, for O Magazine, not for Oprah, but for one of the editors of O Magazine. And I did it for shondaland.com, and I would be thrilled to do it for you or for anyone in your audience too.
Absolutely. We need to do let's talk about that. Maybe sometime this month, really. I just adore you and what you're doing. We need especially more women of color, more Black women to talk about this, especially because a lot of times in the dating and relationship space, we're ignored in some ways, or when they do speak about it, it's very much doom and gloom. Black women are the least wanted, and their profiles don't get picked. And that's the Black Love Show. First of all, I was such a dedicated person to viewing that show. I was gonna start a recap, like I would have people come online with me and us talk about you in the show. And I just got lazy and didn't do it. But I loved it. One of the girls on the show in particular, I just adored her. I was like, I wanted her to find love so bad. But and then I remember I wrote you one day and I was like, Damona, next time you do it, do a plus size version, or throw a couple more plus size girls there, because we all have the same dating issues, but sometimes when it comes to self-esteem and body image too, when you put that in there, it can make dating very, very interesting. So
I would love to do another TV show.
Yeah, you have to.
I would really love to. And it was really a great opportunity working on that show. And then I got to do another show for FYI after that with couples. That was amazing. So one day you speak it into existence.
Yeah.
So maybe one day that will happen. I would love to work with you again. And
yes, absolutely.
We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we can make some magic here.
Absolutely.
And in your love life too.
Yes, because it's about time, Damona. I think I'm totally open to marriage. If it happens, wonderful. Even if it doesn't, I definitely would love a life partner. So I am going to go on your site and get the advice about the dating profile. I'm going to put a profile up this week.
Good. Okay. I'll hold you to it. I'll check in on you.
I definitely am.
And I just want to also say thank you for mentioning that piece about Black women and the way that we are portrayed as being undateable, because this is something I am working really hard to unravel. And especially with my Black female clients, it is so ingrained. Society has told us we're not wanted, we're not attractive, we're not like even the stats that I read on. In fact, I just addressed a question from a 53-year-old Black woman on Dates and Mates because she's reading all these stats about Black women don't do well on dating apps, so I shouldn't try dating apps. And Black men are all marrying women of different races. And it's like, if you hear those voices and you internalize it, there's no way that you can find love with that mindset. And so I'm really working hard, Erica, to unravel that because it's just not the case.
Right.
Maybe those are the stats, but with my clients, I have so many Black female clients that have found love at all ages, at all sizes.
Yes.
That I just cannot take that information as truth. So I'm working very hard. That is one of my platforms is to release those thoughts and that stigma that simply does not have to be true if you don't want it to be true.
Be true. Oh, I agree with you. I commend you. I'm so happy you're doing that. And like I said, that's why I enjoy watching you and what you do, because you come from such a positive outlook. It is not gloom and doom with you. It's not about, oh, get your teeth fixed, you need a bigger booty, you got to go do this. Although you do say present yourself in the best way and feel good and love yourself, but it's not coming from a, listen, without me, you'll never make it. Nobody's going to love you. You are just a horrible person. I watched Black Love and I was like, yes, like we're all going to find the love of our lives if we just tap into what it is about us that's brilliant and special and amplify it and let the world see it. Love will come. And that is what I get from you every time I see your messaging, that you feel like we deserve love and it will come our way. And yeah, I'm so
got it, girl.
Yes, absolutely. So for you all watching, please trust me on this. You've got to listen to Damona's podcast, Dates and Mates. It's fun. She's a breath of fresh air. She's a very loving and bubbly person. And who better to help you attract love to you than somebody where you can see that they have love and light in their life. And I really feel like it resonates off of you. And I'm just happy you're in this space helping us all find love.
Thank you, Erica. And I'm
Absolutely.
happy you do what you do because you put a lot of love and light out in the world too.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, we'll talk soon, Damona. And thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. All right, y'all. So you see Damona's information down there. Mates and Dates podcast is really, really cool. And she's a ball of fire. She's so fun. And I think you all will really enjoy learning from her. And men too. She's not just female focused. You know, if you're a guy who's out here looking for love and you want to find a great relationship, Damona is your girl. So look, all right, listen here. Today's show, my whole point was making sure that we all understand the importance of oral pleasure. Much thanks to Dr. Bowden and Dr. Katrina for giving us the lowdown on oral health as it relates to our sexuality. Please, you all, use those condoms, use those dental dams, suck all the dick and lick all the coochie you want. But we gotta protect ourselves, because you don't want to have to walk in Dr. Bowden or Dr. Foster's office with all kind of craters and explosions going on in your goddamn mouth. You feel me? Then also, we spoke to Ashley Cobb, who was the blowjob coach. You need a coach like her to coach you to your championship. You may not want to win at the championship of sucking dick. I don't know if there is a competition like that. But when it comes to dating and relationships and marriages, I'm sure blowjob coaches come in very handy. So yeah, make sure like she said, she'll counsel you on Zoom. Ladies, get your man, sit him down next to you, pay the little fee, and do a Zoom with Ashley and let her watch you suck your man's thing, and she will guide you, and I'm sure he will appreciate it. That's nasty, huh? Kind of freaky and sexy. But I love it. And then lastly, we just talked to Damona Hoffman and her Mates and Dates podcast. You can find her on Damona Hoffman at DamonaHoffman.com, or is it datesandmates.com? I'm messing that up. But find her on Instagram at Damona Hoffman. All right. I love y'all. Keep in mind, everybody, my book club, the first book that I've chosen that we're going to read is called Sneaky Pussy by Karen Lee. Let me try to get this picture up. The Sneaky Pussy series. We all need to go to Amazon, buy this book. It's 99 cents to download the book. Or you can buy it as a paper copy for $10. I'm giving you all the rest of April. Starting in May, we are going to read this book together, Sneaky Pussy. And we're going to have book club meetings. I really want to show love to a lot of the Black authors that are out here writing salacious, sexy books. If you know a Black author, an urban author that has a really cool book that you think would be great to be in Erica's book club, I appreciate it. Let me know. And just like Oprah had her book club, I'm doing the same kind of thing, except just with nasty, naughty themes. Because I think we need to show love to these indie artists that are, writing these kind of books. All right. So Sneaky Pussy. Don't forget about that. You can search for it on Amazon. Please buy the book by May 1st, because we're going to start discussing it ASAP. And with that said, I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Next weekend, I got some really good shows planned. We're going to keep this conversation going. And I hope you're enjoying the show. Please check me out. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Spread the word. Look through some of my old episodes and watch them. I've had some really great stuff on. Share it with your friends and let them know. So please, you can also find us on Instagram at Nightcap with Erica. I made an Instagram page. Yay. All right. If I don't see any questions in here. Oh, somebody said great show. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Latasha. I appreciate it, honey. How you doing, girl? Oh, Angela gave me a thumbs up. Hey, Miss Angela Webb. Yes. Got a couple other comments in here. Carrie said, great information, great platform, presentation, and doctors. Thank you, Miss Carrie. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and I see Precise said something. Hey, Precise, what did he say? Genius. He called it, don't matter, just don't bite it. Oh, you're talking about Dr. Bowden earlier. His crazy self. All right, guys. That's that. And just, y'all, have a good week. I know we are going through crazy bullshit right now, this coronavirus and everything. It's, just uncertain times. And a lot of people have anxiety and issues, but just stay safe, make wise choices, make good decisions for yourself, and be loving and kind to the people around you that you love. Like, this is one thing this thing has showed me. Is no need to argue, no need to have problems. A lot of the petty stuff that I was dealing with before this virus happened, I didn't even think about that shit no more. Like, I don't care. It's really, I'm letting it all go, because you can walk outside and get a damn virus and your whole respiratory system just break on down. Shout out again to Creative Quick Cocktails, based here in Chicago on the South Side. You go to Creative Quick Cocktails and order your drinks and they will deliver. So you make sure you all do that for my shows next weekend. Go ahead and reach out to them. You put their information down there. Creative Quick Cocktails. You can order from them on Instagram and send her a message, and they will mix up your cocktails and deliver them to you. So put an order in for next week, so when I sit here and do my show, you can have a nightcap with me. And also, don't forget, I'm giving away a nice gift from Nick and Bella Jewelry. This is handmade bracelets and stuff. It's owned by a mom here in Chicago, and she sends you your stuff in these nice little pouches. So cute. So also forward my show, share it, hashtag Nightcap with Erica, and also hashtag, where is it going? Here. Nick and Bella. Hashtag Nick and Bella. And somebody's gonna win some jewelry for me. Okay. I love y'all. Y'all feeling good? You feel good? I hope so. Thanks for having this nightcap with me. You all have a good night. Get some good rest tonight. We got a long week ahead. And I hope you're enjoying my show, because I'm enjoying y'all. I'll talk to you later. Good night. Hey, it's Erica from the South Side of the Chi, and I just completed the 2020 census. If you're not counted in, you'll be counted out. And I don't know about you, baby, but I want to be in, not out. What are you waiting for? Take the census. Go to 2020census.gov.